Hey guys, Jen here. It's been a very long time since I've done a live stream, but I have officially moved to Texas and officially am back on track with all my stuff that I do every day. So, really excited to be here, really excited to do this live stream again. Dream Life or Bust episode 9. We're going to be doing more of these every day again, so get ready for some awesome stuff. But today I just wanted to tell you about this really kick-ass thing that I do every day that seriously has changed everything for me, and even in a funny way. Like, I just wrote a post about this. But so, okay. First of all, I can't claim this exercise because this isn't something I made up or anything like that. I learned it from my mentor, and I've also learned various versions of it throughout my time just studying law of attraction and reading stuff from Mike Dooley and The Secret and things like that. But the idea is, if you know what you want and you just write about it with intention and you just really just see it as it's already done and just imagine that it's already done, it can happen so fast that it blows your freaking mind. Sometimes it can happen so fast you don't even notice that it actually happened. And that's exactly what happened for me. So let me just tell you this little story, and then I'll tell you about how to do the exercise. So earlier this year, I joined a group called the High Vibe Mastermind. It's run by my mentor, and it's the whole point of the group is to just be high vibe, to just constantly be up leveling, constantly be feeling really good, and just getting yourself in that mindset of really, really high vibe thinking, because that's the kind of mindset that you need to manifest your dream life, to manifest the things that you want for your life. So one of the things that I wrote down, and so I do a journaling exercise every morning where I write my reality, which basically, and I'll explain more about how to do it, but basically I just write down what I want every single day. And then I do it over and over again every day, and I repeat pretty much the same stuff every day. So one day a few months ago, I actually wrote down that I buy designer handbags. Like, I wrote down that I bought a designer handbag. I decided that this year I was going to get a designer handbag. Not that I really cared all that much about that, because like I normally don't really care about that stuff. Like, I just buy what I like, I buy what I love, what looks good on me or what I think is really cool. I don't really care what the label says. I don't really care, about that stuff. But I just decided that the up-leveled version of me, who makes the money that I want to make, who has the business that I want and all of that, would have a designer handbag. I just decided that. So I wrote it down in my journal. Totally forgot that I did this. And I only wrote it a couple of times, but I totally forgot that I did this. And then the other day I was out at the store and I was using this bag that my aunt gave me. So my aunt gave me this amazing bag. It's Rebecca Minkoff. It's a clutch. It has studs and it's all sparkly and cool. And she gave it to me a couple of months ago and I hadn't used it yet. And so I found it the other day and I was like, I'm going to use this today. So I was using it. And then as I was at the store, I realized, like, holy shit, I just manifested my designer handbag for free and didn't even realize it. So I basically had written down in my journal that I have a designer handbag. I'd use a designer handbag now. I buy one this year, not even realizing that by doing that, it actually came into my life. So I manifested it and it was free. So my aunt gave it to me for free. She got it. She ordered her own Rebecca Minkoff bag and they sent her this one as well. And so she gave it to me because she saw it and thought of me and thought, yeah, that's something, that's a total Jen bag. She would totally love that. So she sent it to me, or she gave it to me. And it just blew my mind when I realized that that had happened, because I was like, oh my God, what other things have I manifested that I was asking for and didn't even realize that I did it? So the daily exercise that I do, and like I said, I can't claim this, but it's definitely something that's changed my life, is called Write Your Reality. So basically what you do is you get a journal, a notebook, whatever. So this is my journal right now, currently. You can use anything, doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be a piece of paper. It could be your computer, but I prefer writing by hand because I think there's a much more powerful connection between writing by hand and just like the way that you think. So I like to do by handwriting. So what you basically do is you just write out intentional statements of what you want to create in your life as if they're already done. So rather than writing, I want to buy a designer handbag this year, you would write, I own a designer handbag. I bought a designer handbag this year. I already have my designer handbag. I use my designer handbag every day, or whatever goal you have. So it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. So that's something that I was writing in there. I also write things about my writing goals. I write in there about my dream life, all the things I want to create, all the success that I want. I write it all out as if it's already done. And I do this over and over and over again every single day. So I take, 10, 15, 20 minutes in the morning and I just journal every single day. And I write at least 3 pages of intentional statements of I am, I have, as if it's already done. So it's in the present tense or in the past tense, as in, it's already finished. And then you just go about your day. And a lot of the times it's just, you write the same stuff every day. So you're kind of just reprogramming your mind to, have this stuff in there. What ends up happening is that the more you do that, the more you start to believe it. And then eventually it starts to come to life. And in amazing ways sometimes where you didn't even recognize that it happened. So that was totally what happened for me. Was I wrote about the designer handbag, totally forgot about it, and then boom, it totally manifested without even realizing it. And it came for free. So I didn't even have to buy it, it just showed up. So pretty freaking amazing. And I know for a fact that that came straight out of my daily mindset practice that I do in the journaling and just writing about what I want. So if you aren't already doing a daily mindset practice, if you, have a whole bunch of things that you want in your life, but you're not actually intentionally setting the, just the goal and the intention that it's already done, that you've done this already and that it's a done deal, then it's time to start doing that, because that is the key to actually creating what you want and actually manifesting it in your life, is to just make it already done, even if it's not physically here yet. So if, for some reason you want something, but then you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I know I want it. You don't have to worry about the how, because the how is never up to us anyway. So all you really have to do is know what you want and then just intend it as it's already done. And what will happen is the more you do that and the more you just keep doing it every single day, your mind just starts to believe it. And eventually when your mind believes it, it manifests, because that's the whole thing with manifestation, is it's all about what you're thinking. And so if you're constantly thinking the same things, that's what comes to your life, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. So you have to really remember that, and remember to spend some time intentionally every single day programming into your mind what you actually want to see happen in your life, because the more you do that, the more it will actually happen. So last year I was writing, I'm a best-selling author over and over again every day, and it happened. So I hit #1 on Amazon 2 times last year, and one of the times it actually stayed on there for a whole month. So at #1 in the category for a whole month. Pretty freaking crazy. But it all came out of that journaling and the daily exercise of just writing my reality, writing what I want as if it's already done, as if it's already happened, and just including all of the things in my life that I actually care about. So my health, my fitness, my handbag, my writing success that I want, the success I want for my business, anything to do with relationships or friendships, or, anything that you want to actually create in your life. If you just start writing it out in your journal every single day, or on, a piece of paper or something every single day, and just over and over again, keep doing this, you'll start to actually see the stuff come to life. Because the whole thing with programming your mind is that it just needs repetition. So the more you actually tell yourself something over and over and over again, the more you believe it and the more it becomes real for you. And this is true of regardless of if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So if we constantly tell ourselves we're not good at something, and then we reinforce it by constantly saying I'm not good at something, then you're never going to be good at it. But if you do the opposite and you tell yourself, I am this, I am a best-selling author, I am a great writer, and you just constantly keep telling yourself that, eventually you will believe it and it will be real. So that was exactly what I started doing. And I've been doing this practice for about 2 years now, almost 2 years now. It will be 2 years in August. But the whole thing is that it's just repetition, because a belief is just a thought you keep thinking, and that's it. So you can create and choose your beliefs based on what you actually want to see happen and just program it into yourself. So if you don't believe something today, you could believe it very soon just by constantly reminding yourself, constantly writing it as if it's already true, and just constantly telling yourself over and over again that it's already true. So that is the exercise that I do every single day, no matter what. Even on the days when I feel like I don't want to do it, or I don't have time, I still do it. And if I find that I can't do it, so like for example, a few days ago, I was driving from New York to Texas, where I now live. I couldn't write in my journal because I actually packed it in my bag and it was stuffed in the back seat with a bunch of crap piled on top of it. Totally forgot to pull it out. So what I did instead was I just did it in my head. I just said over and over in my head all the things I normally write in my journal every single day. And so just keep doing that, and the more you do that, you'll start to see that the stuff actually starts to come to life, because it's just about repetition. Your mind will believe anything you tell it if you just keep repeating it. So this works for good and bad things. So constantly, if we tell ourselves bad things about ourselves or negative things about ourselves, that's what's going to come to life for us, is that we're going to have those things happen because you're constantly telling yourself that. But it also works the opposite way. So if you want something to happen that's not, and you constantly program it into yourself, eventually it will be true. Now, according to how long it takes, that's going to be up to your own just resistance to it. So obviously I didn't have very much resistance to the designer handbag. I just wrote about it and sort of let it go, and it manifested. Now, that's not always true of everything, because definitely I have a lot of resistance to other goals that I have. So things like being a New York Times bestselling author, or having my screenplay turned into a movie, or making, $50,000 a month. Those are goals that I have on my list, but they're definitely things that are a lot more resistance for me, because I've never done it before. I don't know anyone who's ever done it before, so I definitely have a higher level of resistance to it happening. However, I know, and I've seen it happen over and over again with the easier things, that if I keep writing about it as if it's already done, and I keep taking action every single day, that eventually it will be done, and I believe it. So that is the exercise I love to do every day. Honestly, you can create anything with this exercise. So highly, highly recommend you just give it a try. Don't just do it once or twice. It's something you have to be committed to. So doing it every single day over and over again, even for 10 minutes. So if you are busy, you don't have a lot of time, or you just think, I don't, have the capacity to take on another activity every day, 10 minutes is all you need to totally change your life. And I wrote all about this in my book, Journal Your Writing Dreams to Life, which you can get on Amazon. And it also has a workbook, so you can actually do your journaling right in the workbook, which is pretty cool too. So you can check that out on Amazon. Let's see, I got some comments. Hey, Heather, your doggo needs his own live stream. Can't I believe that and manifest it? Sure, why not? Maybe we can bring him back to the live stream. Let me see if I can get him over here. Let's see. This is my dog, Wyland. I manifested him too. So I wasn't writing in my journal at the point, but 8 years ago, I just decided I wanted a dog, and I knew I wanted a toy poodle, and I wanted it to be red, and I wanted it to be a male, because I wanted to name him Wyland after Scott Weiland, the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots, who died a few years ago. And so I just constantly thought about it, and I was looking online and trying to find breeders, and just constantly believed that eventually I would find him, and then I totally did. So I just believe that you can create anything you want, as long as you just, get your mind to that place where you can believe it, and then take action, because nothing works without action. So you can journal your freaking heart out, and if you don't actually take action, nothing will happen. But if you actually journal what you want and write about it, think about it, visualize it, and then actually take action, it will show up. This is proof of it, This dog is proof of it. This bag is proof of it. My best-selling author status on Amazon was proof of it. It all can come to life, and it can happen. And sometimes it can happen so fast that you almost feel like it was effortless. Like, oh my God, I didn't even do anything, and it just showed up. That's how simple and easy it can be. So right now, I highly recommend you try this exercise. Actually, I would say, hey, finish this live stream and freaking go and do this exercise right now, because it really will change your life. So commit to doing it every day for 10 minutes. And if you want to learn more about how to do it, check out my book on Amazon. It's called Journal Your Writing Dreams to Life. If you're not a writer, which you probably are if you're here, but if you're not a writer, it still works for other things. It doesn't have to just be writing, but I'm a writer, so I write about writing. So Journal Your Writing Dreams to Life, check that out. All right, well, that's all I have to say today. I just wanted to share that little realization, because I totally got so excited when I realized that I manifested the designer bag and didn't even recognize that I'd done it. So try this exercise out. If you do, I would love to hear how it goes for you. So share in the comments and come back and let me know how it goes for you. And I will catch you guys next time.